Well, when people go looking for grants, what they don't realize is that I say about 70, 80% you're applying for is at your local level. That's your state and local governments, or even county governments, or local nonprofit. That's where the applications are. Even though a lot of the money comes from the federal source, you're still going to be filling out the applications locally. So that's what you have to find out, is where locally you fill out those applications. And you're not going to find that in Google. You have to get on the phone and start talking to people about that. Now, I have three situations here, that three videos after you listen to me here, you should watch. One is about stimulus checks. See, there's still stimulus checks at the state level. I show you an example here and how to find them. Okay, so that's available. I also have another video here that shows you how to download for free, even though you're not a member of Let's Go Help. We put together a report that shows you the local offices, so state offices, for 500 programs in your state. That's right. You gotta have this, unless you're a member of Let's Go Help, because we get all that stuff too. But I want to make sure everybody in America, knows about these programs. So this, to me, is giving away the store, but I think it's well worth it, because everybody who's living in America should realize what great programs there are, and that America wants to help you, but you're not going to find that help in Google. You have to go outside of Google to find the help, and that's what we teach you how to do. So download that report. You'll get it for all the states, so you can give copies of other states to other people you know in other states. Do whatever you want. I've copied it. I plagiarized all that information from the government. So I should let anybody do that from me. Okay, so, and then the third one is for new windows. Right. Everybody really needs new windows. The house is getting up in age because they become drafty, and that loses a lot of energy. And so you're going to cut your energy bill a lot with new windows, and you'll see life a little clearer too. So watch these three videos. They're real short, only about a minute or so piece, and the links are there for you to follow up on, and then come back for more. Now, maybe this sounds like a Walt Disney movie, but states are giving back money because they collected too much taxes. That's what's going on in Colorado. That's amazing. The government usually complains they can't get enough tax money. But they're Colorado, they got too much tax money, so they give it back. Actually, they give it back to individuals like a stimulus package, but just don't call it a stimulus, of $750 for an individual and $1,500 for a couple. Or they give you free. You don't have to pay your property taxes. So it's called TABOR, T-A-B-O-R, and that's for people in Colorado. So you got to find out what things like that for your state. Okay, a good way to do that is find your state tax office. Okay, they'll have all the rules and regulations, what you don't have to pay taxes on if you're in this category, that category, or whatever. So find out what it is and go to findhelp.org. Find, FINDHELP.org. Put in your zip code and start calling. Start dialing for dollars. It's out there, but they're not going to come to you. You got to find them. Well, here's a new report. Actually, a new program. They just started in Alabama. Every state has programs like this. Now, Alabama's giving up to $15,000 to put in new windows. Windows, right. Everybody needs new windows to make your house more weatherization proof. In other words, pay lower utility bills. $15,000. But listen to this. The income requirement, see, a lot of programs have an income requirement. You can't make over amount. Well, this amount is $62,000. Now, that's not poverty. Well, maybe it is somewhere. But $62,000 up to $15,000 to get new windows. Okay, how do you find programs like this where you live? A good place to start is go to find, F-I-N-D, help, H-E-L-P.org. Findhelp.org. Put in your zip code and put in home repair. I need help. And you'll find dozens and dozens of nonprofit organizations and government offices that are going to give you money. See, if you go to Google, they want to get your money. These people want to give you money. Now, that's the place to hang out. Forget Google. Well, each year the government gives out thousands of dollars to every adult in America, and actually kids too. Actually, it's boiled down to $18,000 per every adult. And that's the average. So some get more, some get less. But people don't know where it is because the government doesn't advertise it. You'll never find these programs in Google because you go to Google and ask for a government grant and you'll get 200 million websites. Well, I've put together a listing. I've been studying this stuff for 30 years. No, 50. Man, I'm an old guy. I've been studying this for 50 years. And I've been helping people for 50 years. But I came up with a free report that you could download right now to find out 500 government grants in your state for anything. Get rid of your debt, start a business, buy a home, get an education, get a better job, get free health care, legal help, everything. If you go to this website, tiny, T-I-N-Y, URL.com/LESCO, L-E-S-K-O 500. tinyurl.com/LESCO 500. Download the report free. Every state, 500 programs.